Well, next month, high school wrestling will get underway in Alabama, but with a new look. The AHSAA has added 3 tournaments for lady wrestlers. Now, the sport's not sanctioned yet, but it will give the 46 female wrestlers in Alabama high schools a chance for regular season matches against the same sex. The ladies will still be able to wrestle through the regular season against boys. Now, one of those ladies taking to the mats, Spain Park's Yasmine Oliveira. And as Donette Logan tells us, her moves may be intimidating to some of the guys.
At first look, Yasmine Oliveira looks like your typical high school girl. Petite, sporting lip gloss, a ponytail, soft-spoken, and full of smiles. But there is nothing typical about this young lady. That is Yasmine flipping her 250-pound dad down on the mat, and that's just her warm-up.
I started jiu-jitsu, I was like about 3 years old as well, and that was a lot more fast-paced, a lot more, movement, and just a lot of toughness, and I liked that. And then judo came along a little bit later, but I fell in love with judo too, because I love ground game and takedowns. I feel comfortable doing that. So then that's when I started judo. I was in 7th grade, I think.
The moment she steps on the mats, she has a tunnel vision. She goes at her opponents just that's the last thing that she wants to do is lose.
It should come as no surprise that Yasmine took to these sports. Martial arts is in her blood. Both her mom and dad are black belts in jiu-jitsu.
So I started with judo first, and then later on, when I was 11 years old, I started training Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
What Yasmine took to next, trying to find her place, has her becoming a trendsetter in Alabama.
I was in 8th grade, and I didn't really expect to do anything much in wrestling. It was more I wanted to be a part of the school, It was middle school, everybody's trying to fit in a little bit, and I just wanted to find my place. And wrestling kind of, tied in with everything else that I do outside of school. So I just decided that I would try wrestling to better my jiu-jitsu, not really to do anything else.
Yasmine is one of the few females that are a driving force for female wrestling in Alabama high schools.
I mean, it's a very different world. It's still a very different world for me because, I can relate better to a girl than I can to a guy. But the guys were chill, and everybody was pretty welcoming.
She's very girly. She's still, a princess to me, but at the same time, she feels comfortable, and she goes against boys, and that actually just encourages me to help her as much as I can.
This year, the AHSAA has agreed to offer a few female tournaments. It doesn't mean female wrestling is a sanctioned sport just yet, but it does mean it's one step closer. By competing against all girls, it may actually give Yasmine someone to pin. It seems some guys don't want to face her, but not for the reasons you may think.
I remember one time where this guy I was about to wrestle, my other teammates were they were kind of hyping me up a little bit and talking about this guy, and they went and talked to the guy and said, "Hey, you're gonna wrestle this girl," and he was like, "I don't want to wrestle a girl, I don't want to get beat up, and I also don't want to lose, so I don't know how I feel about this."
So why not cheer, volleyball, softball, or even girls basketball?
I think you should do wrestling because it's more mental than physical, I feel like. I mean, physical is a big role, obviously, but mentally you prepare yourself for the worst. And that's important as a female, especially in this world today with a lot of bad stuff happening out there. So I think it's just a mentality build up for girls, especially with confidence.
What all started out as a way for Yasmine to find her place in middle school has led to her finding out who she really is as a person.
So away from wrestling, it's just helped me understand who I am as a person. I understand that I'm not like everybody else. Most girls, they want to cheer, they want to do volleyball, and that's cool too, and I respect them, but that's just not me. That's just not something that I fit into. And wrestling was just one of the things that made me who I was. And outside of wrestling, I feel fine doing what I do without, feeling bad about it.
Oh, definitely has built her good, strong character, and she really knows what she wants. We try to put her in ballet and gymnastics, but I think she felt more comfortable, in a room with a bunch of wrestlers with her.
As for after high school, Yasmine is considering a career in the medical field. And for wrestling,
I feel like I'll be doing it till I can't walk anymore.
Donette Logan, High School Sports Weekly.